Hello, Saints. It's me again. I am outside again. I'm just excited to be out here, be able to walk and come and sit out here and enjoy the sun and everything. I don't take this for granted. There's a lot of people in my condition with lupus, dialysis, and other things that just cannot get out the house pretty much. They just go out to go for their clinic visits for dialysis if needed, or they just pretty much stuck in the house and just go to doctor's visits. That's how I was at one time. But God, see, I told you, blessings upon blessings upon blessings. My God came through and gave me strength. And I'm so glad to be out here. I'm working my legs, doing my little leg exercises, trying to get my muscles strengthened even more. But God is a good God. He knows what we need. He knows what we can do without. And He makes it happen. That's the kind of God we got. We got a God that makes it happen. In all our graces, God, He carries us through things sometimes to strengthen us for a ministry that He wants us to complete. Sometimes through our aches and pains, we're actually a ministry that is encouraging others because we are bouncing back, going forth, getting up when they knew we were down. So they are encouraged that God has something planned for them. If they look at you and see you doing things, preaching the word of God, doing Sunday school, just whatever He ordained you to do, teaching school, whatever job, it's really a ministry. And one thing that's hard for us to do in that ministry is to love everybody. If all you listening to on the radio or your phone is songs about how people did you wrong, you're never going to get your spirits up. You must work on your spiritual mentality. You have to sing and hear songs that are so encouraging that they encourage you to do things you thought you could never, ever do. Do not be burdened by what other people are going through. You're going through what you're going through because God is setting you up for something. And you don't think just because nothing happened for them that nothing's going to happen for you. That is not true. You have to be in a right mind saying, I know it's going to happen. But sometimes God just asks us to sit still and do nothing. But other times, God says, I want you to do this. And I'm going to give you this. Do this. Go higher. Go higher. Go higher. But sometimes we have to take the steps, you know? We have to do the things that we need. Now, speaking as an African-American woman, I know for a fact that in my profession as an engineer, if I didn't have a master's, it was going to be very hard for me to advance in my career. I remember one time I was in St. Louis and I was doing workshops for the Aviation Systems Command and then the Aviation Systems and Troop Command. And I was getting great scores and compliments. And so this organization called and asked me that they heard about me and they wanted me to do the workshop. The workshop was on public poise and body language and how people perceive you. And the man, he went on about how heard good things and what people said and the names he mentioned I did not know. But he didn't ask, oh, do you have a master's? At that time I didn't. I was working on a master's, but I didn't have it. He said, no, well, we're not going to be able to use you because the speakers we're using all have masters. Okay. I took that as a challenge. But then when I went to the conference, unbeknownst to me, several of the white men on the schedule, teacher workshops, did not have masters. But I didn't say anything about it because being a black woman, I knew I had to fight harder. And I recognized that they didn't recognize that they had internal racism in their hearts. I recognized that they prefer being around people of their kind. It was sort of like an internal thing. They didn't realize it. But I went on to did what I had to do. I came to Huntsville, taught the same workshop to several organizations, and then I was asked by project managers to teach it to their PMs and program management offices. And I just had a good time because whenever I taught a workshop, I would always make the time up and just stay late that day. And that way I was not lacking on my job. I was very conscientious about my job to get the work done. And I knew that it was no way I could do like some people, just sit on the job and do nothing, that I had to produce if I was going to keep that position or be considered for an advancement. And I had, I guess, ambitions to go higher in my organization, but I was already topped out. I would have to apply for an SES position to get something higher, which is a senior service executive position. But then my health started deteriorating, and I knew it was time to start preparing to retire. So about 3 years before retiring, I started throwing away stuff that I didn't need to carry with me home. And then I knew when my dialysis started. Like I said, I started dialysis August of 2012, and I retired January 2014 because I could barely walk. But I went in every day with a smile. You know, everybody was like, hey, how you doing? I say, I'm lovely, lovely, because you have to continually work on your spiritual mentality. You sick? Yes, you sick. That is true. But that sickness is not you. That's your body. That's not your mental capacity. So you are to be bright and sunny with everybody. You have close friends who you could talk to. Now, if you talk to a friend and they say, well, you don't look like nothing's wrong with you, that's not a friend. You don't need no negative people in your life. It's about time you start changing your group of people. It's about time you start thinking about, what am I going to do to enhance me beyond going to church, Bible study, being in groups on Facebook. That's a powerful tool I use because you could tell those people on Facebook, they don't know you, most of them, but they love you because you're going to bring sunshine to them, and then in turn have them bring sunshine and solutions. Like one time I was saying something hurt. Has anybody else experienced this? What could it be? And I got it. I got answers. I got lots of answers. But of course, a lot of them gonna say, "See your doctor," blah blah blah. Now, somebody in this group is going through what I'm going through right now, and I'm not going to no doctor so he can research and specimen, take blood, cut me open. I want to go with an answer. When I go to my doctors, I tell them what happened to me and what do I need to do. Do I need to take a pill? Do I need to exercise? But most of the time, it's nothing they could do anyway. It's just an effect of my lupus eating at my, I guess, neurons, electrical system in my body, whatever. But we as a people have to understand. I just saw my husband coming back from getting us something to eat. And I was like, whose car is that in my driveway? I forgot my son had loaned us his car. Well, I better close now. Love you all. May the glory of God encompass you, encourage you, and help you move on to the next day to fight another fight. Have a great day. Love ya.